Everyone can see it. Write your names when you give your responses. Because I'm not able to. Yes, Shruti, Saksham, Rajiv Saroha, Saurabh Nan. Yes, everyone. I can see your names here in the chat box. What about rest of you? Nitish, Jatin, Suman Sharma, Paramjeet, Meenu Antil, Rajkumar. Better write your names. These are names of your parents. Write your names. When you give your responses, write your names so that I can speak out your names here. Okay, Lekha, I get you. Nisha, yes.
तुम्हारा फोटो ये व्हाट्सएप पे चैट आती है तो व्हाट्सएप
Only 16 are there. What about the rest of the people? Divyam, Bhumika, Khushi Sharma, yes. Okay. Come on, hurry up. Aditya, Dushyant, yes. Kushagra, Kusum, Mayank, Sudhansh. Kushigard. Okay, so you can see here on the screens the analytical paragraph line graph. In our last class we did pie charts, if you remember. You remember that? And how to analyze. You will get a question here in your B section, writing section. Write an analytical paragraph on the given visual. You will be given either a pie chart. Yes, Harshita also. You'll be given a pie chart. You'll be given either a pie chart or a line graph or a bar graph, or you can say a map or a table. So any of these you can get there, and you'll have to write up an analytical paragraph on the given illustration. We call all these illustrations. As you see in your stories, some pictures with your story, that is we call illustration. So this is also called an illustration. Something which has been drawn on the paper. This is a kind of illustration. So here, yes, Kanish, Akriti, Tishu, Moksh. Yes, I got all of you. Welcome here in the class. And from today onwards, there will always be a live class on the same link as I have provided you. See here. So let's begin with our analytical paragraph explanation. How to write a paragraph. What are the key points to keep in mind while writing the analytical paragraph. See here. Let's move to the next slide. Structure. What should be the structure? In your last class you were told there are three parts always: introduction, and then summary, then it goes conclusion. If you remember, introduction, summary and conclusion, these are the three main parts of the structure. Got it? Okay, so we were talking about structure here. Do you remember what do we write in the structure? You were shown a picture of a sandwich. It had three parts, if you remember. You remember, everyone? So first part should be the introduction. You'll have to introduce your illustration, then you'll have to give the summary, and then you'll have to conclude it. So this can be a simple paragraph. Why do we call it an analytical paragraph? You must understand that analytical, we'll have to analyze the features given in the illustrations. What is the illustration about? See here, what is the illustration about? If you see that the illustration is about, the line graph is about the value of fuel exports, and we have been given the line graph starting from the year 2000 and it's ending on 2005, right everyone? Yes. And the value has been given here on the y-axis, and it is given in $1 million. So you'll have to analyze it. When at what level did it start in 2000, then it dropped and dropped to the least in 2002, then again rose in 2003, then it remained it gathered a stable speed, you can say, increasing in the manner in 2004, and again it just increased a bit in 2005. So you'll have to analyze these details which are shown in the form of a picture. Got it, everyone? Not in the written form, that you'll have to write about it. It has been shown in the form of a picture. Yes, Dhruv, Divyam, all of you here. Okay, so let's begin. Introduction. How to write introduction of the given illustration or the given line graph. It should be about in 40 words. See, you have to keep in mind the word limit because you'll have to write it in 150 to 200 words. So you'll have to keep it in mind while writing the introduction. It should be of at least 40 words, and there should be 2 points which we have to include here. Number 1 is paraphrasing the prompt, and number 2 is overview. Paraphrase the prompt means whatever is information is given in the question, or you can gather from the line graph, you can gather from the picture, you have to paraphrase, you have to write that information in your own words. Number 1, it should be in 20 words at least. And then overview. Overview means in the beginning, what happened, what was the condition, what was the situation in the beginning, and what is the situation at the end of the period. See here, 2 components of time have been mentioned here, 2000 and 2005. So in the overview, you'll have to mention what was the situation, what was the data, what was the condition in 2000, and what happened at the last, at the end of the you can say time period. So these 2 things you'll have to include in the overview. If suppose we'll have to write the introduction of this illustration, what we will write, see here everyone, can you drop it in the chat box? Number 1, paraphrasing the given information. Although the question is not given here, but we have been given the visual, we have been given the line graph, so we can easily make out our introductory statement. What should be the introductory statement here? You can write here the, suppose I write, you can write here, see, the given line graph see, I'm writing it here, the given line graph illustrates the value of exports from 2005 in million dollars. Okay everyone, so this is, we have paraphrased it. What we have done, we have paraphrased it. And the second thing what we'll have to do, we'll have to write an overview of the data, two main the data, no data but the overview of the data, two main features. So what you'll write in two main features? What was the condition in the beginning? What was condition in the end? It was lower in 2000 and it rose to a huge amount in 2005. Means it rose, it increased hugely, right? So you will write because this is only one line graph, only one line has been shown here, so we will write only one line about it. What happened in the beginning? It was lesser in 2001, it was lesser in 2001 and it grew to a big amount in 2005. Means the value of fuel exports grew to a large extent in 2005. We can write here the overview now. The exports increased hugely end of the period, by the end of the period. So this is, we have written the information given in the question, and then the value of exports increased hugely by the end of the period. This is what we have written, the overview. Have you all got it, everyone? You don't give your responses in the chat box. Write down here. Have you got it? Have you understood it? Harsh, Mansi, yes. Vansh Malik, yes. Okay, I got it. Okay, so we have done introduction, how to write the introduction. Once you are late, beta, next time keep it in mind, because from today onwards we are going to have all the classes live. So we have done the introduction. It should be about in 40 words. We couldn't write 40 words here as I've shown in the example, because it was just one line. In line graph, in your question you will get more lines, so you will have some extra information to write about of those lines. Okay, next is a summary. The second part of the analytical paragraph is summary. How to write the summary? What do we do in the summary? We compare, we contrast the trends, and we write a lot of data in the form of numbers, fractions, percentages, proportions. You all are familiar with these expressions, mathematical expressions. Numbers, simple, as I have written here, 60. This is the number. Fraction, 60 is if I would say 75%, that is a percentage. And fraction, what will be the fraction of 75%? That will be 3/4. And proportion, third part, more than 3 parts, or you can say third part, third is to 1, that is proportion, 3 is to 1. So in summary, we compare and contrast the trends. What do you understand by the trends? See here the picture. This is what? This is first here at this point, and then this is decreasing. This is trend, downwards trend, and this is again rose. This is upward trend, right? This is steadily increasing. So again it is what? It is trend, increasing trend. Are you all getting my point here, everyone? Okay, so you'll have to write in summary. You have to compare and contrast the features of the lines given, and you'll have to include a lot of data. And we will write 2 paragraphs in the summary. Paragraph 1 we will write key features 1, and paragraph 2 key features 2, and both should be written in at least 60 words. Both of these should be written in at least 60 words. Next is conclusion. What do we write in conclusion? Summarize the overall trend in one sentence, as we have written in the introduction. If you remember, one line about the trends overview. This almost the same thing we'll have to write in the conclusion and in one sentence, and there should be no data here. and see here there should be no data. So this is what we have discussed structure. Let's move to the next slide that shows our trends. What are the trends in line graphs? Especially we are today doing the you can say the trends. We are doing the line graph here. So this is what trend we are seeing here on the screen. Decrease, gradual decrease. This is rapid decrease. It is decreasing rapidly, and then this is remaining stable, and this is again rapid decrease or increase. If we go upwards, it is increase. If you go downwards, this is decrease. Got it, everyone? And this is what? Fluctuations, rapid changes. First it is high, then lower, then again higher, then lower, then higher, then lower again. This is what this is we call fluctuation. And this is gradual increase. It is increasing slowly and steadily. This is also increase. So we see here trends. We have seen here the trends and the vocabulary used for it. Decrease, stable, steadiness, increase, gradual increase, rapid decrease, rapid changes or fluctuations. I can call it fluctuations. So let's move to our next slide. Useful expressions. How to start writing. If we have to write how to start writing. See here in introduction we have write two things. Number one is the paraphrase of the given information, and number two is the overview. Okay, so first line should always begin with the line graph compares, represents, illustrates or depicts. You can choose any of these any of these words here. Either compares or represents or illustrates or depicts. And number next is overall. This is we use for the overview, and put a comma always after this word overall, and then position in the beginning and at the end of the period. That you have to write down here two things. Okay, next is summary in paragraph 1. How to begin the paragraph 1 in year. If it is given year wise, then you'll have to write in year and then put the comma and you start writing your expression. Next is in year, again second paragraph also in year, then again put a comma and then you start your description. And conclusion, that should always use these two words, in conclusion or to conclude. Next, some words used for comparison and contrast. We use these words while, however, whereas in comparison to, in contrast to, mirrored each other means if the two line graphs are similar, same, they are following the same pattern, you will say mirrored each other. Okay, next is expressions for big changes. Increased rapidly, dramatically, plummeted from this to this, dropped significantly, great fall, significant fell, sharp rise, declined sharply, went up, went down. These are the expressions for big changes. Next is expressions for small changes. Rose slightly, gradually, marginally. Rose slightly, gradually, marginally. Dropped slightly, gradually, marginally. Slight increase, decrease, then marginal rise, gradual rise and increase. Last is expressions for stability and fluctuations. If something is not changing, then it is stable, it remains stable, or something is fluctuating very much, then what we'll have to write here? Remained steady. So for stability we use remained steady, and then remained stable or relatively stable. Then reaching a plateau. You all know what is a plateau, no? Almost smooth surface, not high, not fluctuating. Next is for fluctuations, fluctuated and a fluctuation. Got it, everyone? Paraphrase the prompt. Akriti has said paraphrase the prompt. How to paraphrase it? Beta, you will be given a question. See here. I'm coming to the next slide here. Here it is, the graph shows average annual expenditures on cell phone and residential phone services between 2001 and 2010. This is the prompt. This is what we have got here. The prompt is actually the question or the clue that you have been given in the form of the question, right? So you'll have to paraphrase it. Paraphrase, I mean to say writing the question in your own words, not using the exact words given in the question. Try to do it. If you can't do it, no problem. You can no, at least you can change 2 or 3 words here. As shows, you can change shows in illustrates, depicts, represents, or compares. So 2 3 words you are always there, you have always there to change. So that is what paraphrasing, keeping it simple in your own words, writing the question in your own words in very simple words. See here, the graph shows average annual expenditures. On expenditures, what you can write here at this place of expenditures, you can write at the place of expenditures the money spent, the money spent on the cell phone and residential phone services between 2001 and 2010, right? So here you can at least change 2 words. The graph illustrates the average money spent on cell phone and residential phone services annually. You can change this word annually also in a year. No, yearly. Annually means annual, you can change here in yearly between 2001 and 2010. Got it? Is it clear, Akriti? I hope it is clear now how to paraphrase the prompt, how to write the prompt in your own language. See here, and then we'll have to give the overview. Let's see what is the overview we can find out from here. Can you all tell me what is happening here in this line graph, please? Yes, Vishu, what do you want to ask? कौन सी क्लास की है या क्या? What do you want to ask, Vishu? I'm not getting your question, beta. See here. Please write it again, ask it again. Okay, so we were talking about the overview of this figure. What you can see here in this figure, you can see here the average annual expenditures on cell phone and residential phone services 2001 and 2010. This is the information we are gathering. These are 2 lines right here, and this is from 2001 to 2010, and here on this axis you have been given the value of the expenditure and the source, US Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Expenditure Survey. See everyone, whatever information have been given in the chart, in the illustration, you have to just see to it very very closely, because you can use every information. US means this graph is for US people, right? They have taken the data of the US people, so you can use the name of the country as US. So you have to see to it very closely, very minutely, and you have to just try to put all the information given in the illustration in your summary, right everyone? So okay, the graph illustrates increasing demand of cell phones and decreasing demand of residential mobile phones. See here beneath, the graph illustrates what? The annual expenditure, the money spent, not demand. It is not showing the demand beneath, it is showing the money spent on cell phones and residential phone services, right? So you have to see to it very minutely. Demand and expenditure are 2 different things. Everyone, is it understood? Okay, so it should be, let me rectify it. The graph illustrates the money spent on cell phones and residential phone services in United States from 2001 to 2010. Got it? Is it clear everyone? Everyone try to put your introduction here in the chat box. I'm giving you 2 minutes. I'm giving you 2 minutes to write your introduction, and it should be at least about 40 words. See here, write your introductions. You can see the figure on the screens everyone. Write your introduction in 2 minutes and drop it in the chat box. Come on. First is simplify this statement, and second is what was the trend in the beginning and what was the trend in the end. This is your overview. Come on, write down your introduction, everyone. Let me see. We will learn it today only. Tenth F students. Is there any from 10th F? Yes. 10th F students. I have to grab my phone to summon the students of 10th F. They are not attending this class. There are very few from class 10th F, and of course a small number for 10th A also. The slide minor words are not clearly visible. You can't see here on the screen. See, okay. Is it clear now? Here on the y-axis you have been given the expenditure. This is, let me read it out if the words are not clear. It is beginning on the y-axis, it is beginning from $200, then 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 and 800. It goes up to 800. And on the x-axis you have been given the years. It begins with 2001. This is first entry is 2001, second is 2002, third 2003, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, 8, 9 and 10. It ends at 2010. Sure, everyone? And the dark green line is for cell phone services, and this other line is for residential phone services. Is it clear? Now is it clear? Okay, Khushi, try to change the word annually. You can write it here yearly. You can write here yearly. Annual expenditure. Better try to change the word annual expenditure. Santosh Kasak. This is Kasak. Annual expenditure. Try to change this expression annual expenditure, because it is as it is given in the question. Try to change it. Annual expenditures means the money spent in a year. You can write down the money spent in the year. Done? Now is it clear, everyone? Is it clear? On y-axis you have been given the money spent in dollars. It begins with 200, then 300, then 400, 500, 600, 700 and 800. Again I'm telling. And on x-axis you are getting 2001, 2, 2003, 2004, 5 up to 2010 in the end. Okay, Priyanshu Jain, the given graph depicts the average yearly money spent on cell phones and residential phone services between the year 2001 and 2. No one is including US. See the name of the country. No one is including the name of the country here, everyone. Try to include that. The given graph depicts the money spent on cell phones and residential phone services in the US or in America from 2001 to 2010, right? You can also change this expression 2001 and 2010. You can write from 2001 to 2010. So you have done the minor changes here. you have done the minor changes here, and you have written the paraphrase of your given statement. Now overview. What do we write in the overview? Come on, drop your overview in the chat box. The graph depicts the gradual increase in average annual expenditure on cell phones and decreasing average money spent in. Vinny, do not mix up the paraphrase and the overview better. Don't mix it up. It should be very, very clear. The first line should be just the paraphrasing of the given prompt, and the second overview, that should begin with overall, comma, overall. What should we write in the overview? Overall. See here, let me show you the example. You can see here on the screens, everyone. Can you see here on the screens? The line graph illustrates the average cost that American customers spent on mobile and landline phone services annually over a 10-year period, 10-year from 2001 to 2010. From 2001 to 2010. See here, overall, then I have put the comma. The first line is what? I have used the given information in my own words. And the second is overall spending on residential phone services dramatically declined while the popularity of mobile services increased sharply throughout a decade. Also, both the services met at the same record in 2006. So this is something extra he has included in the beginning. In the beginning, it was less, it was higher, and then the process reversed in 2010. The process reversed in 2010. It became the greater than this one. Right, the cell phones became very popular, and the residential phone services they lost their popularity. So this is my overview I have written. If you want to see here, see, the line graph illustrates the average cost of that American customers spent on mobile and landline phone services annually over a 10-year period. Overall spending on residential phone services dramatically declined while, see here, the underline and the bold words, this is what you have to include. Popularity of mobile services increased sharply, and both the services met at the same record. So this is what we are doing. If you can see here, we are actually here comparing without any data. We are not including here any data in the introduction, but we have started comparing our features and our trends. Okay, then we will go to summary. In these two paragraphs I have written the summary. In paragraph 1, in 2001 spending on mobile phone services began by merely $200. See here, if we are talking about cell phone services in 2001, it began just nearly $200 and it reached to almost $750, more than $700, so above $700. So merely only $200, while the amount of annual expenditure on the residential phone services was around $700, while the expenditure on residential phone services was $700, about $700. Okay, next is over the following 5 years. Now he has taken here over the following 5 years, this cell phone services expenditure kept on rising and it kept on declining, and in 2006 they become equal. Here. See here, dropped below 600. This we have included the data here. See here, everyone, in every line you have got some data. Whereas expenditure on cell phone services rose to just about 500. See here, it was just 500 in 2006. Next is in 2006. Now we will talk about in 2000 what happened in 2006. See, you can so very clearly see to it that we can write the first paragraph about 2001. We can begin from here, and in the second paragraph we can talk about in what happened in 2010. So it's very clear from here what happened in 2010. The expenditure on cell phone services rose to more than $700, and the expenditure on residential phone services that dropped from $700 to almost half of it. No, half of it, almost half of it. This is $400, so almost half to it. You can write the fraction, here, almost no, proportion. This is what we call proportion, half to it. Okay, let's read it. In 2006, cell phones network overtook landline phones in 2006. Okay, he has started writing when the process reverses in 2006, then started the change. What happened in 2006? The cell phones overtook landline phones, and the services became equal in popularity with customers. Annual expenditure was about 550. See here, annual expenditure was 550, right? Next is then cell phone expenses rose to approximately 750 in 2010, making nearly a four-fold jump. This is what proportion, fourfold means 4 times jump relatively to its initial figure in 2001. Meanwhile, spending on residential phone services experienced a steep fall in 2007. See here, in 2007, a steep fall here. This point, it is observing a steep fall, right? And it reached to its lowest in 2010. See here, and went on to steadily decrease for the rest of the period, from 2007 to 2010. Okay, we have reached to the last section. In conclusion, it is clear that people of US spent more money on mobile services than on landline phone services during the period. So we have written just one line in the conclusion, and that is enough. What we have written here: people of US spent more money on mobile services than on landline phone services during the period. Got it, everyone? Is it clear? See, by the end of the period, it should be by the end of the period, not during. I'm giving you 2-3 minutes. Try to write down what will you write in your first paragraph. See the figure here. Come on everyone. Okay, write it as your homework, and see, this is your next example. You'll have to